I used to think I was such a smart and creative person for the kind of ideas I came up with, and I learned how to separate quality business ideas from the trash ones. Most people think a good business idea starts with inspiration, a big vision, a bold dream, but that is not how real businesses are built. Real businesses start somewhere else. They start with alignment. Alignment between the problem, the person, and the path to value. And if any one of those is missing, what you have is not a business idea, it is a fantasy. In this video, I'll share what I have learned on how to know if your business idea is real or just fantasy. Everyone usually knows the first rule. You must solve a real problem, a problem that actually exists, a problem that real people are already struggling with. But here's the part people hardly talk about. Solving a problem is not enough because the real question is not, does this problem exist? The real question is, are you the right person to solve it? Let me explain. Someone says, my idea is to solve Africa's waste problem. That sounds noble, sounds ambitious, but then you ask one simple question. Have you ever worked in waste management? Have you ever run a logistics operation? Have you ever negotiated with municipalities, regulators, or landfill operators? And the answer is no. They have never touched the industry. They have never worked in it. They do not know how it works, but they still believe the idea is good. But an idea that is disconnected from your skills, your network, and your experiences is not ambitious. It is speculative. It is the same as someone saying, my idea is to discover the cure for cancer, sell it for billions, and retire at 40. It sounds intelligent, it sounds impressive, but they are not a doctor, they are not a pharmacist, they are not a researcher. They have never studied oncology, they have never worked on cancer. Therefore, that is not a business idea, it's a wish. High quality business ideas do not come from imagination alone. They come from position. They come from a rare combination of three things: experience, skills, and access. Sometimes it is a technical advantage. Sometimes it is insider knowledge. Sometimes it is a unique network. And sometimes it is something very simple, like taking an existing business model and applying it to a place where people have never experienced it before. That is not fantasy. That is strategy. Now, here is the second filter. Even if the problem is real, and even if you are well positioned to solve it, you still do not have an idea until you can explain the value. And that is where most ideas collapse. Every real business idea must answer four questions very clearly. First, what exactly is the business value you are creating? Not the vision, not the mission, the value. Second, how will that value be transferred? Is it a product, a service, a platform, a process? Third, who will pay for it? Not who benefits, who pays? And finally, how will you collect your money? Subscription, transaction, licensing, commission. If you cannot answer all four, you do not have an idea yet. You have a story. So let me summarize this simply. A good business idea passes three tests. First, the problem must be real. Second, you must be unusually well positioned to solve it. And third, you must be able to clearly explain how value is created, transferred, paid for, and captured. If any one of these is missing, the idea is not ready. Because real entrepreneurship is not about dreaming bigger. It is about building from where you stand, from what you know, from what you can realistically execute. That is how high quality ideas are born, not from fantasy, but from alignment. If you enjoyed this and you want more content on building real businesses, not just motivational ones, subscribe and I'll see you in the next video.